Hi, today we're going to go over Gantt charts in Excel. There's a Microsoft tool called Microsoft Projects that's based all around Excel, but it's kind of pricey, so if you're an entrepreneur or you're in a smaller company, you're more likely to have Excel. And Gantt charts are great for planning daily schedules or planning years of projects and when things need to be started, when things will end, and the sequence, and it's just a great way to keep your critical path on track. And here we go. So I wrote out a problem called Island Getaway Problem. The problem is you've been stranded on an island and you need to get back to Heisenberg to finish up that degree and get into business so you can plan out your Gantt charts properly. So you realize you need to start this now and you need to plan out how long it's going to take. You realize that collecting the supplies for the boat is going to take 7 days. A flotation base is going to take 3. A platform for you to stand on is 3 more days. A sail is 4 days. Oars are 2 days. The testing of the boat is 1 day. And then the collection of food is another day. So, collecting the supplies is something you just do, and then you start working on the boat. But then when you work on the boat, you take the morning for one part of the boat, 2 parts of the boats in the afternoon, and then another in the evening. So you work at it at the same time so they can overlap day-wise. Then you have the fact that you need to test the boat, and you need all 4 pieces done before you can test the boat. Then, if testing goes well, which we hope it will be finished in 1 day and won't disrupt our critical path, then you need 1 day to collect food, and you can't do it beforehand or else the food will spoil. And you're going to start this production on April 11th. Here's our dates. I know it's a bit fictitious to be trapped on an island and need a boat, but you can see it in other ways. Maybe you're trying to make a model for this car that you're trying to pitch, and you need certain parts done before you can finish it, shine it up, paint it. Or maybe you're doing something else like creating a building, like the one right outside, or at least right now in 2017. And you just need to make sure certain parts are done before you can move on to other parts. Okay, let's jump into Excel. Hi, so we're over at Excel now. And this is what we're going to be making. Our Gantt chart with our dates, our tasks. It's so wonderful. But we're not there yet, so it's not going to look like this right now. And bye-bye. So, I wrote out all the information we need. Here's our tasks. Here's the dates that we're going to start each task. Here's the time it's going to take to do those tasks. And I'll get to these 2 later, okay? Alright, so just to show you, this is how Excel likes to shorthand dates. See up here? It's just how you would normally write a date. We're just going to learn a few things that Excel likes to shorthand or put into general ledger that makes it a little confusing when you don't know what you're getting into. So, to start, we're going to highlight the task and start date columns. Go to Insert, follow me over to the graphs and charts, go to bars, stack bars, and we get something like this. This doesn't look like what I showed you before, does it? Okay, it's going to be fun. We click away for a moment, go to Select Data. To General Series, we add something. To name, we need the time in days, and then on Y values, we need everything below it. Hit OK. Okay, we're starting to see where we're getting our orange patterns from. We have our tasks over here. Looking good, looking good. But what's these numbers down here? Okay, so remember before when I said we would get to these? This is our start date, and this is our end date. So we're going to highlight them, and they're in dates now, but let's look at what they look like when they're in general ledger. Okay, this is kind of like a coding that Excel likes to see dates as. And so this is why how it relates these numbers down here. We go down to Format Access, and these are matching the minimum and the maximum down there. Okay, so now we just put in our start for the minimum, then our end for the maximum, and that is 42851. Hit enter, and then it's starting to look good. Okay. Oh, I realized a problem. One of the problems is that my food collection, the orange bar, keeps going away, and it's because it needs one day after that date, but I keep doing it for that date. So let's write out that date. April. Okay. This is going to be equal to this. We need to put in general. Okay. Then we can go back here, and it pops up automatically. 42852. Enter. Here, it comes back. So I can't emphasize enough, if you're having trouble with this, that's not bad. I must have done this 10 times already. And you see, if you get it the first time, you're just going to be like, oh, that's where you type minimum, that's where you type maximum. But now that I'm really been messing up a few times, I understand, hey, maximum has to exceed the start dates, because if it doesn't, I'm not going to see that extra day I need to collect food. So don't worry if you're messing up. It's just another advantage to learning. Okay, now we have dates. Yay! I'm going to make this a little bigger. There we go. Now we have these blue bars, and they're just lead time. They're not very significant to us, so we don't need this. It's actually making our graph not really Gantty. So let's go over here to the fills, and I'm just gonna do no fill. And if you do the whiteout, it's not gonna look good because you see these lines in the background. They get negated. So we go to no fill. So you can still see those markers. Click away, and there you go. There's your Gantt chart, and it all lines up. It's not completely like Microsoft projects where you still have to work at it a little on your own to find things like, I need an extra day after my last start day, or I need to make sure that all of these line up and happen before I start testing. Okay, and so here you go. And you can probably be back to Heisenberg by after April, right in time for graduation. Alright, I hope you learned a lot, and rewatch the video if you didn't get the first time. Okay, bye-bye.